Hi, this is Johnny with Jonny's Jiu-Jitsu. We're here with Kid Peligro, one of the greatest of all time. He's a Gracie Jiu-Jitsu representative. We were fortunate enough to catch up with him at a Team Hopkins seminar in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Kid, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me.
Thanks.
It means a lot to me. If you could, just tell us, let's get started by how you started your journey in Jiu-Jitsu. How did you start training Jiu-Jitsu?
I was actually friends with Hells and Gracie a long time ago, but I never went into Jiu-Jitsu at all. I was just interested in surfing. And on a surf trip, one of my best friends, Carlos Gamba, is a brown belt at the time under Hicks, and he said, you gotta train Jiu-Jitsu, And it was a long trip. By the end, I said, okay, I'll try. So that's how I started. And I started with Nelson Monteiro and Hickson at the same time.
So peer pressure forced you into it?
Peer pressure.
You talk about surfing. I know you're also a gymnastica natural instructor,
yeah.
the animal workout, right? Surfing, the workouts, do you think being a total athlete helps with Jiu-Jitsu? Would you say a Jiu-Jitsu player needs to add additional sports to be better at Jiu-Jitsu? Or
I think flexibility, conditioning, I don't think you need to do a bunch of sports, but you need to have some sort of a conditioning system to kind of keep you flexible, especially as you get older, avoid injuries and that stuff. So yeah, I think gymnastics is perfect for Jiu-Jitsu.
Do you tie any nutrition in with that?
Yeah,
do you follow a specific
everything
plan?
you do today, you're making deposits on health or taking deposits away from your health. So you eat well, you sleep well, you condition yourself, you do some exercise, you train Jiu-Jitsu. It pays dividends throughout the years, not just now, but maybe later in life even more important.
Right, okay. That makes sense too, because you don't eat for today, you eat for tomorrow, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense. The way you really became famous, at least in the U.S., is by writing the books.
Yeah.
You've always been at the front of the media with the books, and now you've got two successful apps out on the iTunes store for speaking Portuguese, and then the Closed Guard Secrets. What's next for Kid Peligro in the sense of being in the forefront of media? Are you going to do another book?
Yeah, we have another app coming up on counters and escapes, and we have an ebook that I did with Alan, and it's similar to the first app, Closed Guard, but it goes a little more, so they tie in together real well, and my idea is to do more ebooks.
Okay.
I think they're at the forefront of where we are.
I'm assuming that's going to be very picture-based and heavy. So
it's kind of like the other books, but with some twists, and we're going to do an iPad app with it. Okay. Eventually, there's going to be some new twists to the iPad app.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be really interesting to see the 3 dimensions all tying together like that. That'd be really great. It's awesome. It's really great to see the minds come together, and you were talking about it. You're talking about training with BJ Penn and talking about putting stuff together, and I know you train with Hickson and Boiler, and you guys always get together and talk about stuff. And I know you do a lot of traveling to different tournaments, and you see the different things at tournaments. What is that like? What does that bring the state of Jiu-Jitsu in your mind to? Do you think it's progressed? Do you think it's maybe retracted a little bit?
Well, there's several parts of Jiu-Jitsu. One part is competition, and I think competition is progressing as a sport on itself. My idea of Jiu-Jitsu, or my interest, is more on self-defense, practical aspects, but I admire and I follow competition. I think it's very important so that the art doesn't stagnate. But some of that stuff is very sport-specific. It's not for everybody, and it's not effective in certain situations. So I think they're both important, and I fully respect all the top fighters. I mean, all the fighters really.
Do you think that matter? Okay. Do you think maybe competition is necessary for belt promotion? Maybe not so much the blue belt, but in the higher ranks? No.
I think training, integrity, good conduct, attitude, practice, that's more important than anything.
So the whole rounded person is taken into account? I think it's as you better yourself as a person, especially to be a black belt, there's a lot of requirements that very little to do with actually competing or even training. I think to be a black belt, you have a certain standard in conduct, certain standard of being a person, how to deal with people. And I think that's more important than anything. Okay. You should be able to look at a black belt and say, man, I admire that guy because he always stands for his purpose. He doesn't lie. He doesn't harm other people. I think that's way more important than the technical aspect. Of course, you have to have, but if
if you stay in the art long enough and you train, you're going to have that. Okay. But a lot of people have that and don't have the other attributes that I think are equally as important.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense too, because you want to look up to the black belts.
Right. You just when you put a black belt, you're an example to others. They want to be like you. They want to aspire to be like you. You just have to have more than just be able to submit or sweep people.
Okay. Talking about black belts, talking about competition, who do you think is maybe this year, right now, today, who's the best competitor out there? Competition jiu-jitsu wise, who do you think is the best competitor? Do you have a favorite?
With a gi, I don't have favorites. I like them all. But with the gi, I think the strongest guy, best guy right now is without a doubt Rodolfo Vieira.
Oh, okay,
on the heavies. On the lighters, man, there's a lot of guys. Mendes brothers, Cobrinha. It goes on and on. Andre Galvão didn't compete with the gi much, but he won Abu Dhabi weight and absolute. He's phenomenal. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But they're all my favorites. Hey, anybody that competes, is doing something special.
Okay.
I don't necessarily think you have to compete at all, but I think it's good for you.
Yeah. Let you test yourself.
Yeah, and the top guys are really dedicated. Nobody's been a champion for just by accident.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They're all very good.
Thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time. Would you mind showing us a technique, something maybe that's coming up on the app, so we can promote for your new app out there?
Sure. Just gotta think of which one. Yeah. Okay. Omoplata escape.
Okay.
So lay down. So here you put on omoplata for me. The omoplata, you're gonna go this way. That's the leg over. Yeah. So before you get there, first of all, I gotta defend because I don't want you to get that far away from me. So I'm gonna either hold my belt or hold the inside of my leg. And then I'm gonna posture, put my leg here, and then I'm just gonna lean back and take him back. And then I kind of pass the guard, keep him back. So what I do, again, as you go for the omoplata, I hold my belt to prevent that from going around. I put my leg out, and I just sit back. So again, so here, and I don't want to let you get all the way to your comfort position because I'm just going to be tapping. It's too late. So right here, I'm going to go hold my belt, but leg is out, look, and I just sit back. And I can just go from here, take this back, or whatever. That's on the out.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Check out kidpeligro.com. Search him on Amazon. You can find like 15 of his books out there, and look him up in iTunes and download his new apps, and keep an eye out for the third app that's coming out and the new ebook.
Thank you so much.
Thank you again so much.
Take care.